In the gospel world, few names carry as much weight and recognition as Juanita Bynum. For decades, she has stood as a voice of passion, power, and deep conviction, shaping the spiritual journeys of countless believers through her preaching, her books, and her music. But this week, the gospel community was left stunned after an emotional update from Bynum sent waves of concern, empathy, and heartfelt prayers throughout churches and online spaces alike. Juanita Bynum has always been known for her transparency. Unlike some leaders who keep their struggles hidden, she has never shied away from sharing the highs and lows of her journey. Whether it was the painful reality of her divorce years ago, the criticism that often trailed her ministry, or her moments of personal triumph, Bynum has always let the world see her humanity alongside her anointing. This latest update, however, was one of the most raw and vulnerable glimpses into her heart that her followers have seen in a long time. The gospel world reacted instantly. Social media platforms lit up with messages of encouragement, as believers from all walks of life shared prayers and scriptures of comfort. Many highlighted that Bynum has been a spiritual mother to thousands, and now it is the community's turn to cover her in intercession. Churches across the U.S. even mentioned her during Sunday services, asking God to strengthen and uphold her. According to her statement, Bynum has been walking through a season of exhaustion and deep emotional wrestling. She revealed that the pressures of ministry, coupled with personal battles, had left her in a place where she felt the need to step back and reflect. It wasn't just about physical tiredness. It was the kind of spiritual weariness that only those in full-time ministry truly understand. The weight of leading, mentoring, and carrying others in prayer, while often suppressing one's own struggles, had taken a toll. Her emotional update also sparked an honest conversation within the faith community about the struggles leaders face behind closed doors. Too often, pastors, prophets, and ministers are expected to be strong at all times, forgetting that they too are human and susceptible to fatigue, disappointment, and discouragement. Bynum's candid words reminded many that leaders need prayer, rest, and support just as much as the people they serve. Despite the heaviness of her message, Bynum also spoke with faith. She reminded her followers that this was not the end of her journey, but a necessary pause. She encouraged others who might be feeling the same way not to give up, but to trust that God is still in control, and that healing is possible. Her words resonated deeply, especially with those who have silently battled depression, burnout, or feelings of inadequacy within their own spiritual walks. Support has come from her peers in ministry as well. Several pastors and gospel artists took to their platforms to share words of love and reassurance for her. Many emphasized that Juanita Bynum's legacy and ministry remain vital, and that this season of struggle will only strengthen her testimony. What makes this moment particularly powerful is that Bynum's openness has given permission for others to be open too. Messages began pouring in from everyday people who admitted they had been on the verge of giving up, but her transparency inspired them to hold on. In many ways, her pain has become a platform for hope, showing once again why her voice continues to matter so much in the gospel world. As Bynum takes the time she needs to heal, the prayers for her remain steady. Her life is a reminder that even the strongest spiritual leaders are still human, and that vulnerability is not weakness, but courage. Whether on stage preaching to thousands or behind closed doors wrestling with her own heart, Juanita Bynum continues to impact lives through her authenticity. For now, the gospel community stands in unity, sending prayers up for her strength, peace, and renewal. Whatever lies ahead, one thing is certain: Juanita Bynum has sown too much into the lives of others for her story to end in despair. Instead, many believe this chapter will become yet another testimony of how God's grace can sustain and restore even the most battle-worn hearts.